I'm Hillary Mulick and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am a destination wedding photographer living in North Carolina, and here on my channel you're going to find education for photographers, including tips on marketing, business, tips on shooting digital, shooting film, as well as a peek into my personal life here in the Carolinas. Before we get started on today's topic, there is a download down in the description. It's my free guide on how to get 10 storytelling photos with just one pose. It's my secret to getting a variety of photos that tell a story of your couples without having to move them around constantly, and it helps keep them relaxed and comfortable throughout the session, so make sure to give that a download. So let's jump right in. Today's topic is all about backup systems for wedding photographers. So I wanted to walk you through my process in everything that I do with the photos, from shooting a wedding or a session to coming home, and what I do to back up all of those photos in various places to make sure that the photos are safe and in multiple places so that if anything happens, they are good to go. So let's get started. The first thing I wanted to mention is make sure when you are photographing a session or a wedding that you are using 2 memory cards in your camera. So if your camera doesn't hold 2 memory cards, I highly recommend upgrading your camera to a dual memory slot camera. And this is just the initial way that I back up my photos. So I have the settings set on my camera to where it's writing to both memory cards at the same time, so that if anything happens to one card, they are always backed up on the second card. And believe me, I have had this happen where I've been shooting a session or a wedding and I've come home to download one of the cards, and it just so happens that one of them unknowingly corrupted for whatever reason. Maybe it was an old card or something happened to the card in transfer, and I'm so glad that I also had the photos backed up onto the second card. So I think it's so important that when you are photographing any wedding or session that you are backing up your photos to two memory cards at the same time. So what I do as soon as I come home is I plug my memory card into my computer and plug my external hard drive into the computer, and I download all the RAWs to here straight away. And you notice I have multiples of these, and if you are a lover of label makers like I am, I actually have all of these labeled. So this is HMP 3, this is 4, this is 5, and I have multiple others because I love these so much. Because I'm a destination wedding photographer, I also travel a lot, which is another reason why I really like these external hard drives. And even though they have this rubber bumper on them to protect them, I also have this hard case that they can easily transport in, so that when I'm flying at the airport or when I'm traveling in my car, I know my memory or my external hard drive is going to be safe. I follow another photographer who is based here in North Carolina. Her name is Nancy Ray, and she has these very same external hard drives, and she told a story on her Instagram stories recently where she was on her second story. She was carrying her computer and her external hard drive up her stairs. She got up to her second story, and I'm not sure what happened, if she tripped or what, but this external hard drive fell down a second story down to the first story and landed on the floor. And she was, of course, very upset, as any photographer would be, seeing their hard drive just go flying and land, but it was perfectly fine. And I really think it's because they have these rubber bumpers on them that absorb impact. And anyways, I just can't say enough good things about these. The second thing that I do to back up my photos is I have a program called BackBlaze, and it is always running in the background of my computer. I'll link it in the description below. You can actually go into the settings of BackBlaze, and you can set it to where it's only backing up certain parts of your computer, or if it senses an external hard drive being plugged in, it'll back up that right away. And that's what I have it set at, to where it's backing up certain files on my computer that are really important, as well as anytime it detects my external hard drive plugged into my computer, it backs up everything on that as well. So love BackBlaze for just an online backup system for all of my client photos. Another way that I really like backing up my photos is through my online client galleries. I know there are some gallery services out there where the galleries expire after a certain amount of time and they automatically delete, but I have a lot more peace of mind knowing that my photos are all my client photos, the JPEGs. So after I've already edited them and saved them to JPEG form, they are all uploaded to the client galleries, and those are going to be saved on there for as long as I'm paying the subscription. And I actually use Pic-Time. I really love them. They're super easy, and I pay for unlimited space so I can upload as many galleries as I need to. And they actually offer this really cool thing where if you're using another gallery service, whereas I used to use Pixieset, and when I switched over to Pic-Time, I paid them to transfer all of my galleries over from Pixieset into Pic-Time so that all of my past clients will still have their online galleries live. So I really love that feature about them, and it's just another way that just makes me feel a lot better knowing that my client photos are saved and backed up online through their client galleries. So I've talked about all the ways that I back up my client photos as soon as I come home from the session or wedding. I also wanted to mention that, and I'm probably the minority that does this, but I have a plethora of memory cards because I do not like deleting raw images from my memory cards until the session or wedding has been edited and delivered to the client. It's just another peace of mind thing for me to know that the images are on my memory cards, they're on my external hard drive, they're being backed up through BackBlaze online so that when I am culling and editing, they're backed up in multiple places. And then when I finally save them as JPEGs, and those JPEGs are saved on my external hard drives and then on BackBlaze, because BackBlaze is constantly backing up my external hard drives on my computer. And then they'll also be saved into the client galleries. So I don't delete any of the raw images from my memory cards until they are saved in those places, which is just another peace of mind thing, and you can apply that to yourself if you want to. So those are all my tips on my backup systems and how you can start backing up your client photos. It has really been a peace of mind thing for me, and honestly, by using these systems of shooting dual memory cards, coming home, backing up all of those images on the external hard drive, and then having them also backed up online through BackBlaze, it's been so awesome, and I've actually never lost client photos because I have these systems in place. So if you feel like there's room for improvement in the way you back up your client photos, feel free to apply any of these tips to your business. Let them know how they go. If you have any other suggestions on how you back up photos, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to grab that free guide down in the description, and I will see you again next week.